The book today that I'm going to discuss and enjoy with you guys is the Personal MBA. The name itself and the book literally stands by its name. Okay, the Personal MBA, written by Josh Kaufman, and the subtitle goes like this: A world-class business education in a single volume. And the author confidently claims no need to burn thousands of dollars on those B schools. No, honestly, I became an MBA by buying this book for 500 rupees. Yeah. So my MBA fees were 500 rupees. And this is not an overstatement, okay, by the way. I really mean it. You become an MBA by reading this book. If you ask me, Shreya, that which is the book whose maximum number of ideas you have implemented in your life, personal life or professional life, only one name pops up in my mind, and that's Personal MBA. Trust me. I mean, the number of there are some 100 ideas, business ideas in this book. I must have implemented almost many of them, which I'm going to discuss today as well. Good that we have Lalit ji here, and very excited to have a conversation with him after the discussion about this book. The first idea that hit my mind so hard is called as the expectation effect. The expectation effect. We always have, most of the people have this bad habit of over promising and under delivering, which is exactly the opposite of what the author says is called as expectation effect. Always under promise and over deliver. So जो लोग बोलते हैं और वो उतना देते हैं, fine. Yeah. जो लोग बोलते और नहीं देते, very bad. You are going to go bust. Yes. You are going to go bankrupt. But जो नहीं बोला और वो दिया, now the customer will get delighted because he did not expect from you. A very good example comes to my mind is of Amazon delivery business. Do you know Amazon perhaps is the only e-tailer amongst all the e-tailers which has its own delivery courier system. It has not outsourced it to outside people. It has its own in-house delivery network. They could have easily boasted this feature in their promotional ads that we have our own delivery system, and so you will get delivery within 2 working days. But you know what? They did not mention it anywhere. Okay. In fact, what they did is they lowered our expectations and then surpassed that lowered expectation to delight us. Have you observed whenever you place an order on Amazon, it could be anything, shoes or whatever, they say that you will get the delivery within 5 working days or 5 business days or 6 business days. Do you know this? Unless it's a perishable item, unless it is grocery. I think Amazon has also started with grocery. But I'm talking about books and shoes and apparels. So they say 6 working days and you actually get it within 2-3 days. Now that's expectation effect. They lowered our expectation saying that, look, we will take 6 working days and they give us within 2 days or 2-3 days, right? So this is what expectation is all about and how we can use it in our daily life. Simple things, not just business. I started using it in my personal life also. किसी को बोलता हूँ कि चाय के लिए आ जाओ घर पे और उसको खाना खिलाऊंगा. I had this plan that I will offer him lunch, but I don't say it. I say चाय के लिए आ जाओ, and then I offer lunch, and they are delighted. उल्टा नहीं करना है. अब बोलो कि खाने के लिए बोला और सिर्फ चाय पे उनको कल्टी दे दिया, ऐसा नहीं करना है हमको. So that's what expectation is all about, that you play around with the other person's expectations, deliberately lower his expectations by underplaying, and then give something that he did not expect. I can give you a few more examples. Like, I say that I'll come by 7:15 to your house and I reach there by 7 o'clock or maybe even before that. I think these small things increase your credibility index. Okay. No wonder why most of the people say that, okay, Amrut has said 7 o'clock. That means he will be here anytime before 7. All right. Uh, in fact, the author himself has used his philosophy on his website. So I think he has his website called the personalmba.com. Do you know he's the only author who has uploaded the summary of his own book on his website officially? So people like me, I summarize other people's book, but his summary was readily available on his website. मुझे summary बनानी नहीं पड़ी. And then he has given so much in his summary. I fell in love, and then I decided to buy the book, because अगर summary में इतना कुछ है तो book में कितना होगा? And no wonder the book is almost how many pages? 430 pages. Oh my God, 430 pages की मोटी किताब है और उसकी summary इतनी लंबी है कि मुझे उसको कट करना कभी बहुत परेशान हुआ. There it was like 5,000, 6,000 word summary. I had to reduce down to 2,000 words, which was a hassle for me. So again, no, this is the beauty of expectation effect. You can use it wherever. Keep something as a hidden surprise, secret. Don't reveal everything to the customer, and then at the last moment, give it to him. Now, how you can use it in your financial products, you can think over it. I'm not the right person, but I gave you my examples. When I started Mission Make India Read back in 2015, 2016, I started on WhatsApp. I had a very frugal approach. Before launching the app, I started on WhatsApp because I was a non-IT guy. And I made a formal promise to everybody on WhatsApp that you will get a book summary every month. One book summary every month. ऐसा मैंने promise किया. And I actually started giving one book summary every week. So 4 summaries in a month. Again, I learned this from this guy, the expectation effect. अब उसको अभी झूठ बोलना बोलोगे तो yes, technically वो झूठ है. But then if it is delighting somebody, then what's harm in it, right? Yeah. See, another big idea that I learned is when I discuss all the young startup people who come to me, approach me to seek me as my mentorship, and they have some amazing ideas. Okay, they are so excited, Amrut, I want to do this idea. For example, 2 days ago, a friend of mine said that how about an idea of making an app where suppose Shreya is a big fan of, say, Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, and Shreya's friend, will go to that app, and that app has a connection between all the agents and Shah Rukh Khan or all the celebrities. Shah Rukh Khan will personally make a video of wishing happy birthday to Shreya, and that will be a gift for Shreya on her birthday. If Shah Rukh Khan is her favorite actor, if okay, just an example, it could be anybody. And they will charge for this service. Okay, so it's a fantastic idea, and she has some good connections in Bollywood. I said, then go for it. And after 2 days, I got a message from her. But Amrut, I was so excited about this idea. It's so new idea, but already 2 people are doing it. And now she's skeptical. Already 2 लोग market में हैं तो वो कर रहे हैं. I said, so what? Now here, there are 2 major reasons why most of the ideas are never executed. By the way, do you know which is the place where you get to see best of the best ideas in the world? ऐसी एक जगह है दुनिया में जहां पे सब अच्छे बेस्ट आइडियाज आपको एक जगह पे मिलती है. यू नो वेयर? क्या लिख रहे हो आप? आई जस्ट रीड आउट द आंसर. यू वांट टू नो दैट प्लेस? ग्रेवयार्ड, कब्रिस्तान, शमशान. All those ideas, beautiful ideas which were there in the head, and for some reason they did not take action on it, did not implement them, and they died with them, and they are dumped in that graveyard. So it's not the smart that goes to the top, it is the bold that goes to the top. Author again and again mentions that smartness can be taught to you by Google now. Koi bhi, any damn skill, go to Google and you'll learn it. I learned cooking during lockdown. Yeah, guitar, calisthenics, yoga, everything from YouTube. Any damn skill can be taught and it will make you smarter. But what an entrepreneur is made of, is an MBA is made of, is audacity, is boldness. We all have a bedridden grandfather or father in our house. We all have EMIs to be paid for our home loans. We all have car loans. We all have a younger sister of marriageable age. We all have a nagging wife. We all have a non-supportive husband. सबके घर में कुछ ना कुछ problems है. In spite of that, taking a bold step and doing something, trying something that nobody tried till now is entrepreneurship. All right. It's not, we always focus on smartness, intelligence. Nobody talks about bold. But these people like Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, they are not no smarter than you and me. No, they are bolder than you and me. They decided to walk the path which is least traveled. कभी कभी आप माउंटेन पे जब चढ़ते हो और कभी सपोज रास्ता नहीं मिल रहा है एंड डिसाइड ओके फाइल आई विल क्रिएट माय ओन पाथ दैट पर्सन who walks the path which nobody has traveled, he is bound to face lots of problems. बीच में झाड़ियां आएगी, पत्थर आएंगी, पानी आएगा, उसको बनाना पड़ेगा रास्ता, राइट? पर नाम किसका होगा? उसका होगा because he has made that path, not the person next who will follow his path, right? So it's your choice whether to take the path which is least traveled or most traveled. But if you have an idea, now coming back to that friend who said that already कोई, तो एक तो आंसर आता है कि ऑलरेडी कोई कर रहा है, और दूसरा आंसर आता है या फिर क्या, अरे पर ये तो किसी ने ट्राई नहीं किया है तो तू क्यों कर रहा है? मतलब दोनों तरफ से ये आंसर, मतलब नहीं करने के बहाने रहते हैं हमारे पास. Now when somebody says that this idea has been already executed, trust me, we all are arrogantly confident that because this idea came from my mind, it is very unique. You talk any damn idea and somebody, Tom, Dick and Harry must have worked on this idea in some corner of the world. Any idea, just Google and you'll find something has worked on, somebody has worked on it. Okay, that doesn't mean that you have to do it, because the main idea has nothing to do with the project, the overall business. That one idea is just 0.001% of the total business. I'll tell you. For example, when Facebook was launched by Mark Zuckerberg, thefacebook.com was the first name, then he shifted to facebook.com. There were some 3 social networking websites already there. It was not a new thing. Friendster, MySpace, and Second Life. 3 existing social networking sites. Yet, अभी मार्क ज़ुकरबर्ग ने अगर ये सोचा होता, अरे 3 वेबसाइट तो ऑलरेडी है, तो मैं क्यों करूं, ये तो नया आइडिया नहीं है, मुझे लगा था कि ये नया आइडिया है. Then what happened to Friendster? What happened to MySpace? What happened to Second Life? They all went bankrupt. Either they were sold out or they had to file insolvency. Now I'll tell you why Facebook became Facebook later on. Because the main idea, just imagine, a 14, 15-year-old kid comes to you 10, 15 years ago and says that I have $1 million idea. I'm going to, and through this idea, I'm going to own 1/3 population of the world. Do you want to know the idea? And you say, oh, yeah, what's the idea? And he says, sharing photos online. आप हंसोगे, आप बोलोगे पागल, उसमें कौन सा बड़ी बात है? ठीक है, it's a mediocre idea, but how are you? It is impossible that you are going to own 1/3 of the world's population. But we all know Facebook users are 1/3 of the total population of the world. Now I'll tell you why Facebook grew so much in spite of other competitors, Orkut and many others. Google Plus. मतलब वेबसाइट, किसी वेबसाइट पे जाने के लिए we go through Google, right? We write in Google bar to go to Facebook, to go to Yahoo, whatever it is. Still, Google could not compete. The Google Plus, which was similar to Facebook, social networking site, could not compete with Facebook. Very interesting funda, right? So if you look at Facebook's journey. I've learned this from his book called The Accidental Billionaires. The name is very misleading. He's definitely not a accidental billionaire, Mark Zuckerberg. So if you see, the like button was first invented by Mark Zuckerberg through Facebook. We all went mad for those 200 likes for the best photo that we upload on Facebook, right? The infinite scrolling was invented by Facebook. Do you know, in olden days, when you clicked on a hyperlink, it opened a new web page, and we waited for it, and we used to lose track of navigation, है ना? 10-12 वेबसाइट्स ओपन होते थे अगर कुछ हमको नेविगेट करना है. Mark Zuckerberg found this as a problem, that it is creating a problem in the navigation and overall experience on surfing. So he came out with a technology called lazy download, where you just keep scrolling and the photos or other posts get uploaded as you scroll up. This is called as lazy download or infinite scrolling. I think this was the game changer of Facebook. अभी हम किसी के ध्यान में नहीं आया कि अच्छा ये बड़े बड़े आइडियाज है, और वो मेन आइडिया तो बहुत छोटी थी, शेयरिंग फोटोज ऑनलाइन. बट लाइक बटन, शेयर बटन, tagging your friends, infinite scrolling, these all were revolutionary ideas. Then this was another idea of Facebook. He actually bought it from another startup, where you log into other websites using Facebook login. You know what was the funda behind it? The only condition Facebook put was, suppose there is a website called kuch bhi loko, say amrut.deshmukh.com. Okay, now I know that why again ask my users, the people who are going to visit my website, why should I again ask name, first name, last name, phone number, or email ID? It's a time-consuming process, and people may not be ready to put it. So why not just put the Facebook login, and it will reduce the time required to log in on my web page. Facebook just uses that data, the entire data. So it's not just Facebook's data that Facebook is using. Facebook is using data of all other websites and apps where Facebook login button is there. Again, a revolutionary idea. See how he used data of data. Because he had a lot of data, he had people, he came out with this idea of metadata. Now I will use this data so that more people will use Facebook login on their websites and app, and I'll get more data. So data say or data. Got it? Fantastic. See, now nobody thought about these things. Yeah, we thought that, that starting point, eureka moment, and voila, Facebook is a super hit. ऐसा नहीं है. Do you know which is the tech company in this world which has the maximum number of failed features on their website or app? Any guesses? I repeat the question. Which is the app or website which has got the maximum number of failed features in it? Interestingly, it's Facebook. Facebook, yeah. That means they understood that our failure rate should be very high. Have a very high failure rate. Try, implement, flop gaya, scrap it. Try, implement, flop gaya, scrap it. Try, implement, flop gaya, scrap it. ऐसे 10 करोगे आइडियाज तो उसमें से एक क्लिक होगा. Now, do you remember 10-15 years ago, there was a dislike button also? So when he came out with a like button, he had also come out with a dislike button, which was a blunder. Because if I do not like my friend's photo on Facebook, I'll just not click on like button. Why do I need a dislike button? और dislike button click करने से दोस्तों में झगड़े होने लगे. Negativity started spreading on Facebook, and then they realized there is no need of dislike button. If you don't like a photo, you will just not click on the like button. That is as good as dislike. So that feature failed and they removed, and perhaps I think वो ज़्यादा दुनिया में फैला ही नहीं. They understood, tested in a very small group of people. It failed, and they trashed it, they scrapped it. इतना fast करना है. It's very lean approach. Their motto is move fast and break things. वो उनका motto है, move fast and break things. So I hope you understand it is not the main starting original idea which is everything, which is going to make you successful overnight. It is all the layers of ideas above that tiny main idea, the starting idea. All those layers of ideas are part of execution. I'll tell you my case. आप सबको लगता होगा कि book summary was a very innovative idea and hence today Booklet Make India Read is a successful startup. No, you'll be surprised to know that book summary or booklet app is just 10% of the whole thing, of the whole venture. यही चीज जब कोई ऐसा आंसर देता है ना कि अरे कोई ऑलरेडी 2 लोग काम कर रहे हैं स्टार्टअप आइडिया पे तो मैं क्यों शुरू करूं. See, you can change the perception. Now there are 100 other reading apps also, but I'm never compared with them. I'm never compared with Ola's, Swiggy's. Although technically I'm an app developer, I've developed an app. But you people do not look at me as a typical app developer, जिसका बस एक app है. Nobody writes Amrut Deshmukh, उसके नीचे app developer. They write booklet guy. They write mission make India read. Why? Because that's called as perception designing. I don't like the word marketing. Actually, marketing is all about perception designing. You know what is perception designing? कि एक ही चीज को मैं अलग अलग तरीके से आपको वो चीज को परसीव करने में मजबूर करूंगा आपको. यही चीज मैं बस आई वुड फोकस्ड ऑन बुकलेट ऐप, समरी डम करता, उसके उसके बाहर कुछ नहीं करता, तो यू वुड हैव परसीव्ड मी डिफरेंटली and you wouldn't have invited me today as a speaker. But I changed the perception. I made it a national movement. Come on, let's all together make India a nation of readers. Let's bring back reading habit, the culture of reading back in India and inject in the blood of the youth of India. Now, it was a completely different approach. And Booklet app happens to be one of the stupid tools to further the mission. Right? No wonder why today's session is one of the tools to further my purpose to cultivate reading habit. Right? आप कोई भी idea लो and I can confidently change the perception. For example, Ola. अगर ओला आइडिया मेरे जहन से आता, मे बी मैं उसको कंप्लीटली कुछ अलग का उसको स्वरूप देता. Now, you see, Ola guys, the passenger, the driver, and the Ola owner. There are three stakeholders, right? The passenger, you and I, the driver, the car driver, and the Ola as a platform, right? Now, if you see, many people, if there is a rash driver, we don't even bother to give the rating. ओला एक बार भी हमको बोलता नहीं है कि अगर वो रैश ड्राइविंग कर रहा हो तो उसको आप 1 स्टार दो, 0 स्टार दो, so that you will help the future passengers, you will make India safe on the roads. ये कहीं नहीं बोलते वो. So I would have made a driver passenger community and said that I, the Ola platform guy, is just a facilitator. You guys are the main people. You are going to take charge of the traffic of India, and would have come up with some interesting concepts like you all can kill the monster called traffic jams, right? So now I'm making accountable, nobly making accountable all the passengers with other co-passengers, that if I put the traffics and signal the co-passengers who are going to take a ride after me, that and then diffuse the traffic across different routes and kill that monster called traffic jams. Or maybe ambulance. If some ambulance guy puts a message on Ola and all the Ola riders come to know, the passenger and the driver, that an ambulance is going to ड्राइव फ्रॉम पॉइंट ए टू पॉइंट बी, वो शुरू करते ही पूरे रूट के ऊपर जो भी ट्रैफिक है वो सब साइड पे हो जाएंगे एंड मेक वे फॉर दैट एम्बुलेंस. एंड देन यू गेट अ मैसेज ऑन ओला ऐप दैट थैंक यू सो मच, यू हैव सेव्ड वन लाइफ बिकॉज दैट एम्बुलेंस कुड रीच द डेस्टिनेशन ऑन टाइम. वोंट यू फील ग्रेट अबाउट इट? कितने अभी बस 2 मिनट में मैं ऐसे वाइल्ड आइडियाज लेके आया हूँ. वी ऑल वांट टू डू नाइस थिंग्स इन लाइफ. but somebody has to take the initiative. We want to be part of a bigger picture, to take humanity forward. Right? पर पैसों के चक्कर में ना हम ये सब भूल जाते. Now money will definitely happen, right? Don't you think if there are 5 apps, car sharing apps, you will prefer this one even if it charges 10 rupees premium? Yes, you will go for it. If Swiggy was my idea, for example. Now, Swiggy guys are focusing on craving. No February cooking. No February kitchen cooking. Bahar ka khana. They are actually want, the dream of this Swiggy or food delivery apps is that one day, everybody in India will stop cooking at home and they will eat only outside food. खुदा करे ऐसा उनका सपना कभी सच ना हो. Right? Now I'll tell you, if Swiggy, now you say there's a main idea, food delivery. तो इसमें अभी नया क्या करेंगे? I'm not going to start my own startup, another food delivery app. Let's think differently. Let's design the perception and change your perception towards it, and you will not look at it as just a food delivery app. For example, all the delivery boys and girls perhaps are orphaned by COVID. They lost their main family members, bread earners of their family, and we want to help them. Okay, so the guy or the girl who comes at your doorstep to deliver your pizza, if you remove one piece of that pizza and feed to that boy, perhaps you will get 5% discount on the next order. Right? Why not, bunch of 5-10 friends who are partying with pizza and Coca-Cola? Wouldn't they love to do that? वो लड़का खुश, so they will take a picture, put it on the app, so that the owner of the app will come to know that yes, the purpose is solved. Now the customer deserves a 5% discount in the future order. Perfect win-win. और वो जो 2-3 चोरियां भी होती थी ना बीच में, डिलीवरी बॉय बीच में बाइक रोक के अंदर का पिज्जा खाता था, वो भी बंद हो जाएगा, because he knows he's going to get the pizza officially now. So see, these are the things. So it's not that I got a divine idea of book summaries and hence people are respecting me. No, मैं कुछ भी करता, शायद मैं आज यहीं पे होता. अगर मैं टिश्यू पेपर भी बनाता, उसमें भी मैं कुछ टॉयलेट पेपर में भी कुछ कॉलिंग लाता, मैं कुछ हायर पर्पस लाता, कुछ मीनिंगफुलनेस लाता, and you would have called me again today for the session. So don't think that what you're doing is important. उसके पीछे का why find out करो. And I again say this, that people come to you for why you do, not for what you do. And so the 2 typical reasons author says is why people don't execute that idea is because somebody is already doing or because nobody is doing. ये तो दोनों तरफ से बस नहीं करने के बहाने हैं. Yeah, I think I've covered these points now. It also talks about direction management. We all talk about time management, clock management, but we rarely talk about direction management. See, more than a clock, what we need is a compass. शुरू में तो business का clarity होता है कि why we are starting it. But as the business grows, you start losing the direction. What's the use of driving a car at a speed of 140 kilometers per hour when you are driving on the wrong route? What's the use? What's the use of climbing the ladder so fast and reach the top only to realize that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall? So what is important? Time or direction? Yeah, but we rarely talk about direction. आप बोलोगे उसमें क्या गलत है? मुझे तो पता है. I want to make profits. That is the direction. No. Money, profits is one of the side effects of you achieving your purpose. All right. For example, I'll tell you, I have so many friends who started their businesses, startups 5-10 years ago, and now they are suffering from something called imposter syndrome, where some anxiety. हमेशा रात को सोने जाते तो कुछ बेचैनी रहती, सब अच्छा चल रहा है, पैसा भी आ रहा है, बच्चे बीवी सब खुश है, they're enjoying all the Indian festivals, but somewhere there is some anxiety, some dissatisfaction, not satisfied with the growth, पर सब आ रहा है, सब बिजनेस चल रहा है. And when I started discussing with everybody in detail कि क्या माजला क्या है ऐसा, why are you not happy, why are you not satisfied with your business, what I realized is in the initial days when they started the business, for example कोई एक typical एक कुछ लेते हैं कि LED lamps का business है, suppose मेरे एक friend का है LED lamps. Now when he started that business 10 years ago, एक कस्टमर आया जो बोला कि भैया विदाउट जीएसटी करोगे क्या बिलिंग, मैं कैश में आपको पैसा देता हूँ ना. वो बोले अरे जस्ट शुरुआत है, थोड़ा कर देता हूँ, विदाउट कच्चा बिल बना दूंगा और कैश में दे दूंगा और मेरा पैसा आ रहा है, आई विल नॉट लूज आउट द रेवेन्यू, क्विक मनी है, स्टार्टअप फेज है, चलो कर देते हैं. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज, नाउ दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम विद द डायरेक्शन. नाउ सी हाउ ही इज डेविएटिंग फ्रॉम हिज main path, main route. Okay, did he start the business to do some to generate black money? Definitely not. Nobody starts a business to generate black money. But initially चलो थोड़ा एक 5,000 का तो ऑर्डर है, कर देते कच्चा बिल में, and I will avoid GST. Right? I'll evade GST. Now the customer who bought that LED lamps from him and paid it in cash without billing, he will bring another customer. बिकॉज द वेरी फेयर चांस की जो दो नंबर का धंधा करने वाला, उसका दोस्त भी 2 नंबर का धंधा करने वाला होगा. राइट नाउ अगेन द सेकंड कस्टमर विल आस्क फॉर इट. अरे आपने वो मेरे दोस्त को एलईडी का सप्लाई दिया था, अच्छा माल है आपका, मुझे भी चाहिए, पर ना एक कंडीशन, प्लीज वो जीएसटी बिल मत बनाना, मैं कैश में पे कर दूंगा. धीरे 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 करके ही डिड नॉट कम टू नो दैट हिज कैश बिजनेस हैज एक्सपैंडेड सो मच and his books of account is showing authentic business which is less than that, which is like hardly 20%. And he has no idea that why he's not getting funding. Now even if he gets funding, it will be small funder that will be also in cash, 2 नंबर का, जिसके पास 2 नंबर का पैसा है, he will be ready to fund, but he will not get big funding of 1,000 crores or 500 crores from a big venture capitalist. Because he will look at your balance sheet, तुम्हारा धंधा तो बहुत छोटा है, and you can't even say कि नहीं मेरा धंधा तो बड़ा है. You can't say it because वो बाकी का सब कैश में है. Right now see one mistake, one wrong turn initially, और उसने गलत टर्न लेते, he forgot the main destination. He forgot that it is the balance sheet that I have to strengthen, and that will one day help me to bring my IPO on Bombay Stock Exchange. अभी आईपीओ तो गया तेल लेने, he is struggling with small fundings also. Now, he never thought it, he never started with this intention, right? But यही होता है कि as you grow, as you travel on the path of business or any profession, so many opportunities come along the way, and you start taking all those opportunities because you think it's going to speed up my growth. You forget the direction, you just focus on speed, time, getting more things, more branches, more sales, more products, more customers, right? But you don't realize that opportunity, if it is not nicely aligning with the reason for which I started, then it is not an opportunity. In fact, it's a distraction. जैसे जीपीएस का मैप हम चालू करते हैं, I want to travel from point A to point B, तो जीपीएस का मैप होते हुए भी sometimes I take a wrong turn. Because of that animation, समटाइम्स ऐसा लगता है कि 40 मीटर के बाद लेफ्ट लेना है एंड 40 मीटर के पहले ही मैं लेफ्ट लेता हूँ. होता है ना ऐसा, मेरे साथ भी हुआ, इवन इफ जीपीएस इज सो एक्यूरेट. एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस, ओके फाइन, आई रियलाइज माय मिस्टेक एंड देन आई अगेन कम बैक ऑन द मेन रूट. दैट इज डायरेक्शन मैनेजमेंट. ओके फाइन, मेकिंग मिस्टेक्स इज फाइन, बट देन रेक्टिफाई इट. मैंने भी मिस्टेक्स किए हैं बहुत. आई वाज फॉलिंग प्रे टू सम अट्रैक्टिव एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स. they were offering me lakhs of rupees to run toothpaste ad for 2 days in Booklet app. I wanted that money because I wanted to pay the bills, but then probably direction would have lost, and you wouldn't have respected me so much. Yeah, because you check all the apps in your mobile, how many of the apps are ad free and how many apps are without ads. Do you know the main reason why WhatsApp is #1 app in the world? They don't have ads. Why are they mad not to put ads? उनको offers नहीं आए होंगे. Go to google.com, www.google.com. What do you see? 95% blank white page and one silly bar where you have to put your keyword. Are they mad not to put Reliance Industries ad on that page, which will give 100 crores to run that one ad on a web page where the whole world visits 4 times in a day? Do you go to google.com at least 4 times in a day? But they are not putting any ad. That's why we are using Google. All right. पर ये हमको नहीं लगता, हमको लगता कि नहीं वो टेक्निकली बहुत अच्छा है. यस, टेक्निकली तो अच्छा होना ही है, but these are the other hidden ideas. Yeah, free booklet is completely free is another big idea. जो लोगों को क्लिक नहीं होता उनको लगता है कि हाँ बुक समरी इज एन इनोवेटिव आइडिया. नो, गिविंग इट फॉर फ्री इज अनदर बिग आइडिया. And that's why I could reach out to so many people. I'm going to talk about this free stuff, the power of free now, which author also talks about. But he uses some different word called main dish and side dish. I love this phenomenon called main dish and side dish. I'll explain this to you through an example where when I was doing my articleship as a CA student. So CA students are supposed to work under a CA for 3 years and then pass out for CA exams. Now I was going for an audit. So audit करने जाते हैं ना, तो टिप टॉप प्लाजा करके एक रेस्टोरेंट था in my city near railway station, and a good restaurant. पर वहां पे वो थाली सिस्टम शुरू की थी उन्होंने. So very luxurious premium thali, one thali for 500 rupees. And they had put a nice board outside the restaurant, grand thali, tip top plaza, rupees 500. और वो क्या हुआ, that it did not work. It was a big flop. क्योंकि I asked them questions कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है कि लोग बाहर वो 500 रुपए दे के अंदर ही नहीं आ रहे, because 500 rupees per thali, that too like 8-10 years ago, and people did not step in because it was very expensive. I said, okay, let's discuss. Now, although I was not required to give them any ideas, but then if the business goes south, they are not going to pay the fees of the CA consultant. So we always try to help them where they are going wrong and help them to bring their business up. So I discussed with my boss and I discussed with the Tip Top Plaza owner that let's try this out, that reduce the thali cost to 200 rupees. Of course, the first reaction was we'll make a loss. नहीं, वो बहुत महंगे चीजें है, उंदियो है, मालपुआ है, सब है, no, puran puli hai. I said, okay, fine. I have an idea. You just drop the price of the main thali to 200 rupees. Let people come in, and then do you have those 2 unique desserts in your restaurant जो कोई नहीं बनाता है, वो एक बार खाएगा तो पागल हो जाएगा इंसान, उसका प्राइस अब 3 times बढ़ाओ. So उसका कुछ था स्पेशलिटी, कुछ I think मालपुआ और some sweet और गुलाब जामुन. It was very famous. Okay, and then that was also part of the main thali, and then we made sure that wo wapas, it was so fantastic by taste that people started ordering it again, even if it was 3 times expensive. And we actually brought the thali price to more than 600 rupees. So हमने क्या किया, main dish को almost cut किया. We made losses in the main dish and made money in the side dish. Perception designing. पैसा उन्होंने ज्यादा ही नहीं, उतना ही दिया, 500-600 रुपया. But now let the people come in, taste it, and now once the dopamine starts working, starts showing its colors, वो पैसा बराबर निकलेगा. And ऐसा कभी हुआ है क्या, एक रेस्टोरेंट के अंदर गए हो और it's very rare that by seeing the prices you step out. वो नहीं होता है, right? You check on internet या कैसा है वगैरह, and then you enter. But once you enter, it is almost impossible that you step out without eating anything or ordering anything. There's another mithai wala in my neighborhood. He sells premium mithai. मतलब उसके शॉप के बाहर आपको मारुति और वैगनर दिखेंगे ही नहीं, आपको बस मर्सिडीज और BMW दिखेंगे. And in lockdown, his sale had shot up actually. So it's all the who's who of the town, the rich people only order mithai because it's really premium. अगर आप काजू कतली अगर बाहर अगर आप बोलोगे कि 300 रुपए किलो तो वो 1000 रुपए किलो बेचेगा, एंड इट रियली स्टैंड बाय इट्स क्वालिटी. नो, आई ट्राइड टू study his strategy. So he's a very good friend of mine. So I spent some time in his shop. You know what he used to do? Any customer who comes in, वो उनको फ्री सैंपल खिला खिला के उनका पेट भर देता था. वो तो मांगे, अरे मैडम ये ट्राई करो ना, मैडम ये ट्राई करो ना, अरे ये नया आइटम ये. Now, because these people come from well-to-do families, they feel guilty not to buy anything. कि साला हमने इतना खाया और अभी हम बस हाथ हिलाते जा रहे हैं. No, that will not happen. There is humanity in all of us, and people ended up buying for sweets for 5,000, 6,000 rupees. बड़े. Of course, the taste won their heart, no doubt. Taste बढ़िया होना ही चाहिए. But second, he believed in the power of free sampling, right? And that helped a lot. ऐसा एक भी कस्टमर मैंने नहीं देखा पूरे दिन में जिसने बहुत टेस्ट किए फ्री सैंपल्स और खाली हाथ चला गया बाहर. उनको गिल्टी लगता था, चीप लगता था, अरे ये क्या कर रहा हूँ. वेरी गुड स्ट्रैटेजी. I think yeah, I talked about the compass and the clock management, and we all should not forget that more than clock, what we need is a compass. And whenever you're in a dilemma, go back to the starting point, that why I started the whole journey, and your answers will change. You'll start saying no to most of the disguised opportunities, because they are not opportunities, they are actually distractions. All right, I'll give you one example which happened in my neighborhood. We have a very renowned Kathak dancer who lives in my neighborhood. Since childhood, we were so proud of him. Very famous in the classical music industry. I would name him because he's my neighbor, and he would probably watch this video as well. And when we used to play as children on the streets, and somebody used to ask, where does that renowned dancer, Kathak dancer, live? And he used to proudly point out to the building next to us. No, he lives here. We are their neighbors. And I said, "Chhati phukti thi," with a lot of pride. Now, you know what happened? So he was a Kathak teacher. He used to teach girls and boys classical Kathak dance. And there are fancy dress competitions. Yeah, the kids have to perform at the annual functions in schools and colleges. The parents of the kids started saying, अरे आपके पास वो मेरा बच्चा ना कृष्णा बनने वाला है, तो आपके पास वो मोर पंख वाला मुकुट है क्या? आपके पास वो जरी वाला धोती है क्या? आपके पास ये लाल कलर की दुपट्टा है क्या? आपके पास शिवाजी का तलवार है क्या? They started asking these questions, just as a passing comment when the parents were just sitting for the classes to get over. And the teacher started finding an opportunity in that. अरे चल ना, लोग इतना बोल रहे हैं, it's a related thing, so देना शुरू करते भाड़े पे. Yeah, शिवाजी की तलवार, ढाल, मुकुट, पेशवे के पगड़ीज and all, and dresses. So basically all the fancy dress के जो dresses रहते हैं, he started renting out those fancy dresses to all the kids. And you know what? वो by the way business जो शुरू किया था, side business, time pass के लिए, it grew so big that today, last month, when I was just beneath my building, somebody asked me, वो ड्रेस वाले कहाँ रहते? And उनका कथक इंडस्ट्री में नाम एकदम बदनाम हो गया. His classes are not doing well. He is not asked for those live concerts in classical music industry, Indian classical music. And he is known as a dress wala, जो fancy dresses भाड़े पे देते. Now, don't take me wrong that renting out these fancy dresses is a bad business. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how he lost the direction. And he must be wondering, कि ऐसे क्यों? Why people are not respecting me anymore as a classical dancer? Whereas I still know all the dance steps. Yes, he must be doing riyaz every day. I could hear it from my house. So hope this is a very good example where, unknowingly, we just change everything, the shape of our business. And people, again, this is wrong perception designing. उन्होंने गलती से perception को change कर दिया लोगों के नजरों में. All right. Another beautiful idea is about creating scarcity. See, if something is scarcely available, you value it. अगर गोल्ड, प्लैटिनम, डायमंड ऐसे रास्ते में गटर में पड़े हुए रहते, तो you would never make an ornament out of it, right? Something which is scarcely available, you automatically value it. Why? Because it is scarcely available. It is not available in abundance. Yeah? Mangoes. Why mangoes are so expensive? Why we love mangoes? Why we wait for summers to eat mangoes? Because it is not available throughout the year. अगर आम पूरे 12 महीने मिलने जाएगा तो जल्दी उसका केला हो जाएगा. केले को कोई भाव देता है? केले के दाम पिछले 20 साल से वही है, 20 रुपए आधा डजन. There is no change in the prices of bananas. See, yeah, scarcity makes the product valuable. And so I learned a big idea from this, that putting a money tag is not the only way to increase the value of something. Because I was very stubborn that I'm not going to make my app paid one. I want to keep it free, because free is the only way to make India read. But at the same time, I want to make it valuable. And hence I came out with the idea of key. Do you know the key idea? The main thing was, when the lockdown was declared by our Honorable Prime Minister in the last week of March 2020, the app download shot up by 400%. I was dancing during the lockdown. Perhaps Zoom के बाद अगर किसी का फायदा हुआ तो Booklet का हो रहेगा. Everybody started downloading Booklet app. We are all locked inside the house. No office, kuch nahi. And then but my happiness did not last for more than a few weeks. I realized that people just downloaded the app because it is free and did not bother to read. I'm not here to increase app downloads. I'm not interested in pleasing a funder to show that I have 1 million downloads and give me the funding. I'm not interested in those numbers. I'm interested to make India read. People should read. And then if they like the summary, they should go and buy the book and dig deeper into the insights of the author. And so I came out with this idea, where the similar idea I read in another book called Actionable Gamification by Yu Kai Chow. Okay, the name is again misleading. It's not just about video games. No, there are many ideas I liked from that book. Actionable Gamification by Yu Kai Chow. He's a Chinese author. So he mentioned an event where in US, there was a boy who was a spoiled brat of a multi-billionaire father. इतना उसको मतलब पैम्पर किया था फादर ने. He did not value money. पैसा उड़ाता था, जो भी मांगता था उसके फादर उसके लाके देते थे. मर्सिडीज चाहिए, मर्सिडीज ले. क्या चाहिए, ड्रोन चाहिए, ड्रोन लाके दिया. And so he was a very spoiled brat of a rich father. One day on his birthday, what did he demand? So there was a theme park spread over 10 acres, like अपना पास जो है ना SL World या Imagica जो मुंबई में है. तो he said, तो वो जो theme park, it was not doing well financially. किसी का था वो, of some businessman, and it was sinking financially. So he said that I want, because he loved that theme park. He loved all those rides of that theme park. मुझे वो चाहिए. And I'll be the only person to use all the rides. Father, I want you to buy that theme park for me on my birthday. The father said, okay, I love you as my son, I'll buy you. He bought that theme park. So the owner was happy to sell it because it was anyway approaching towards bankruptcy. And धीरे 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 ये खबर शहर में फैलने लगी कि एक ऐसी थीम पार्क है जहां पे एक ही लड़का, जो बाप ने वो खरीदा, और एक ही लड़का अंदर मजे कर रहा है. Now, see how a sinking business, कैसे कैसे perception change होने लगा because of scarcity. Now that boy's friends started asking him, अरे तू अकेले एंजॉय कर रहा है, हमको भी ले ना थोड़ा, हमको भी राइड्स करना है, हमको अंदर आने ही नहीं देता है तू, हमको एक बार तो आने दो, देखना है हमको अंदर क्या है, इतना इतना क्या स्पेशल है अंदर. And he said, no, it is me, my father has gifted to me, I'm not going to give it to you, I'm privileged, I'm entitled to use all the rights because I'm the son of one of the richest man in America. फिर थोड़े दिन के बाद, ठीक है चलो मैं 2 फ्रेंड्स को अलाउ करूंगा, बट ओनली बिटवीन 4 to 6, okay, and only 2 friends. So ऐसे करते 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 the theme park was perceived as scarcely available, And within 6 months, so the boy started understanding कि ये तो लोग डिमांड कर रहे हैं, we can make a business out of it. और पूरी लाइन लगने लगी थीम पार्क के बाहर, and that was a super hit. Now see the same thing, उन्होंने केले को कैसे मैंगो बनाया, right? By making it scarcely available. It happened accidentally, but it's a big lesson to be learned from this. Uh, so I think ideas don't. When I had 3 failed startups, okay. Now whenever I share this, that I had 3 failed startups in my life, सबका reaction, oh my god! In spite of 3 failed startups, you had the guts to start the 4th one. Wow! Now just imagine, instead of using the word startup, if I would have said, I tried 3 experiments in my life. आप बोलेगा हाँ ठीक है, experiment से तो the outcome is uncertain. It can be successful, it can fail, right? So let's start using. We rarely use this word called experiment. I think we should start. If I ask, oh, okay, I have this. I'm going to experiment this thing. Would you like to participate in my experiment? आप बोले हाँ हाँ yeah, why not? And they will give you authentic feedback of that idea. Let's not call it a business idea or a startup idea, but as a stupid experiment. Why this word experiment is only restricted to those scientists' laboratories, right? We should do more, talk about, use this word experiment a lot, and that this change in vocabulary will help a lot. And then failing will be substituted with falling. Okay, I fell down. When I say I fell down, what do you say? Okay, fine, get up. Try one more time. I'm with you. Get up. Okay, we all accept falling. But failing, oh my God, it's a big thing. It's such a generic term that you fail in marriage, you fail in business, you fail in exams, you fail in sports. It is such a generic meaning. Huh? There are 50 shades of failure, right? But then let's say, no, I fell down. Because जब बच्चा चलने को सीखता है और वो गिर जाता है, we don't look at it as a failure. We look at it as an improvement, right? कभी ऐसे कोई माता पिता बोले बच्चा पहली बार 6 महीने का बच्चा है, पहली बार वो उठा और वो गिर गया, तो कोई पेरेंट ऐसे बोला क्या पागल है, तेरे को समझता नहीं है, यू हैव टू ट्रांसफर द वेट फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट लेग, यू स्टूपिड, तुम्हारे दिमाग में आलू बटाटा भरा है क्या? वी नेवर से दिस, बिकॉज फॉरगेट अबाउट फेलियर, वी डोंट इवन लुक एट इट एज अ मिस्टेक. इट्स एक्सपेरिमेंट, ही इज ट्राइंग. रिएक्शन क्या होता है? हाँ हाँ बट बेटा आजा आजा, आई एम स्टैंडिंग हियर, कम ऑन ट्राई टू कम टू मी, राइट? वी एनकरेज to make more mistakes. But the problem comes when the child starts growing and he is 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and then when he makes a mistake, 2 times 2 4 की जगह वो 2 times 2 5 लिखता है, तब बदे तेरे दिमाग में कांदा बटाटा भरा है, तेरे को अक्ल नहीं है, स्कूल में ये सिखाते तुमको. And when this reaction changes, पहली रिएक्शन क्या थी? वाह वाह वाह, इट्स ओके, यू फेल डाउन, नो प्रॉब्लम. और अभी अचानक ये अलग रिएक्शन है. The child gets confused and he starts thinking that making mistake is something dangerous. And when child starts thinking that making mistakes is dangerous, he stops taking risks. And when he stops taking risks, learning, because it is impossible to learn without mistakes. And it has a direct impact on the experience of learning new things. And that's why we all don't like to do that homework. We have to give that external reward of a Cartoon Network show कि बेटा ये homework करोगे तो तुमको Cartoon Network देखने दूंगी. When a mother says this to the child, she is encouraging the child not to do the homework, but to watch the cartoon. And that homework becomes a boring chore for him. All right. So I think let's use the words experiment, falling more than startup and business idea and failing. All right. So I think I've discussed in detail. I would like to now open up the discussion with Lalit Sharma, who is from Birla Sun Life. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, thank you so much, sir, for the amazing explanation of this book, The Personal MBA. It couldn't have been explained in a better way. And yes, as we have collaborated and Birla Mutual Fund is supporting us in the mission Make India Read. So we have with us Mr. Lalit Sharma from Birla Mutual Fund, who's representing Birla Mutual Fund. He is an excellent trainer. He's involved in investor education and distribution and development. And yes, he's here with us with the conversation with Amrut. So yeah, hope you all are all excited for this segment.
Thank you so much, Shreya. And what a session, Amritji.
Thank you.
Really amazing. And, it was really a personal finance, a personal MBA. In fact, for myself as well, and for all the audience, what a wonderful session. So I would start with, relating things with the profession we are into, which is, financial solutions and spreading financial literacy, because that's what we do day in, day out. So you started with a story, where, people have reasons for not doing things, probably because someone else has already tried or already doing it, or, if somebody is not doing it, so why should I do it? So that was, amazing stuff. And, that should definitely give, insights to our partners as well, because when it comes to financial, literacy and financial solution providers, people definitely, look at that. So many people are already doing it. Why should I? Mean, what difference I can make? So that was amazingly, related to the book. And you started with the expectation effect. I think that's what I would like your, insights more when it comes to, setting the expectations for the investors, because all of us, are here to, match the expectations of our investors. That is, to reaching out their financial goals by the route of planned investing, and at the same time, having patience of that they will reach out to that. And since the markets are so dynamic in nature, sometimes we fail to deliver the expected returns or whatever we, tell them, because things are not in our control. At the same time, the expectation doesn't go down well with the, people. So that Amazon example which you just mentioned, how we can, use, something from the Amazon example, that setting the expectation lower but delivering, over that, because I would call it exceeding expectation, because that's how, corporate ratings been done. So I would like your insights on the perspective of financial advisory business, that where this particular thing can be implemented.
Sure. I think one idea that will perhaps work for you people who are into this industry of financial literacy and helping people to become financially free is note down your top 2-3 USPs that differentiates you from all the other players in your industry. And now this takes a lot of courage, and we have to set aside our ego and make sure you do not make it part of your positioning, your ad, your marketing strategy. You hide it, keep it as a secret, and then give it when it is least expected by the customer. Okay, I can't give you in particular example because you guys are expert in it, but no, it's called as reverse psychology. Now, when I realized that I'm a good speaker, I'm a good orator, I have these public speaking skills, I actually did not highlight it as part of my entire mission Make India. I focused on the app, the book summaries. He's a book reader, pagal ladka, jo pura raat din books padhta rehta hai, right? And then people, when I realized from my friends that Amrut, you are a good explainer, then I started giving it, okay, and did not make it as a main part of it, but started giving it as a bonus. And that it delighted you guys. In fact, that's the main reason why I'm here, right, Lalit? So I think this reverse psychology works a lot. No, everywhere. No, all my colleagues who work with me, no, कभी ऐसा लगता होगा ना कि यार आज ऑफिस जाने का मन नहीं कर रहा है यार, होता है. Yes, I can understand. Monotony comes, right? Even in relationship it happens. Let's accept it brutally. So I told them that let's use the reverse psychology. You don't come to Booklet House to work. ऐसा सोचो कि you come here to have delicious food, okay, during the afternoon, and to exercise. So we exercise in the evening. ये दो main काम है. बाकी के बचे के टाइम में आपको काम करना है. Now your approach of coming to the office will change. That doesn't
Right.
mean काम कम करना है, but at least changing the perception and then using this reverse psychology in all facets of life always works. ये मैंने हुसैन बोल्ट से सीखा है. You know what he says is, I read his biography, Usain Bolt, the Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
He says that uh, use practice in your practice sessions, practice as if it is your performance, and during the performance day, treat it as practice session. Treat practice sessions as your performance day and performance day as your practice session.
Best way to
And
manage
that blew
pressure
my
also.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm exercising on the terrace, okay, my daily workout, I should imagine that while doing these pull-ups, the Khachak stadium bhara hua hai, it is Olympic finals, and either it is gold or silver, and then वो जो 20 pull-ups जाने वाले तो 25 जाते हैं, right?
Right.
And then when on the performance day, you know what Usain Bolt, when he's on the stance for those 100-meter run, and he's competing with other 10 players at the Olympic final round, what he's thinking in his head, Lalit, do you know? आज रात को कौन सा पिक्चर देखेंगे?
Okay.
आज किसके साथ घूमने जाएंगे शाम को?
That's amazing.
So that he treats it as a practice session. Okay, क्योंकि मेहनत तो हो चुकी है, साल भर मेहनत की, अभी कुछ अलग होने वाला नहीं है, अभी मजे करेंगे. एंड पूरा जो एंजाइटी, परफॉर्मेंस एंजाइटी, प्रेशर पूरा धड़ाम से गिर जाता है. What a fantastic idea.
Yeah. Yeah, another, thing which I could borrow from your last session, I always wanted to ask you that you said that it is not, people don't join you for what you do. They join you for why you do it. And you always need to, align it with the larger objective. Okay. And larger than what you are into, actually, so that people start relating it to the big picture.
Yeah.
So for the, our side of business, how do we do that? Because it is also kind of a mission. It is also kind of, bringing people to the mainstream of, investments. How do we relate to that bigger objective when we are communicating with the investors? Because we also need to find the why so that people start joining this.
Correct. Yeah, I think we all of us have the why. The why is pretty clear. The mission statement is in place. The vision statement is in place. But hota kya, the common mistake I realized is as the business grows, that mission vision statement remains as part of that catalog, visiting card, and behind that door of office door. It doesn't remain part of the daily vocabulary. Not just in your promotional marketing messages, but with your colleagues, employees, customers, whoever you speak. I'll give a simple example. So one of my colleagues was coming late every day. For almost 2-3 days, he was coming late to office by 15 minutes. Okay. So I asked him, what's the problem? Late ho raha hai. So he said कि my mother जो खाना बनाती है वो थोड़ा late हो रहा है. I said, okay, then go and tell her, या हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ कुछ क्लरिकल काम करने नहीं आ रहे. We are on mission, make India read. And we are going to change the face of India. One day, India will be known as nation of readers on the world map. हम इसके लिए आ रहे, ये बताओ. And then he came 10 minutes, started coming 10 minutes earlier because his mother got that calling.
Correct.
So we should always, leaders का ये काम है to keep talking about whys. But होता क्या है, they always talk about वो Excel sheet में वो गलती है, वो PowerPoint का color green to red करो और वो email का reply नहीं आया तुम्हारा. We get into this daily nitty-gritties. We are focusing on the what's.
Right.
No, the leaders are not responsible for the results. The leader is responsible for the people who produce results. So we have to take care of the people by showing them our why, talking about the dream and not the to-do list.